Funeral, Part 4. Tyler, Texas, 1980. Buddy's house, kitchen. Fade in. Leslie, Judy, and their children are sitting around the table along with Ethel DeClerc and May DeClerc. There is a well-made meal. The kids are talking back and forth to each other. Leslie says, "May, you put on a good spread. Thanks so much for doing all of that work for us." May says, "Oh, don't thank me. Ethel did most of the work." Ethel, "May, you're being way too nice. You helped a lot. I only made the pie for dessert. Be sure and get some, and be sure to save a piece for Buddy. He will be back in a while. He loves blueberry pie." Judy, "Well, after all that good food, we don't really need a dessert, but it sounds good, Grandma." Leslie's son, "I'll take a piece of pie." Leslie's daughter, "Me too. I love blueberry pie." Ethel DeClerc is standing at the counter by the pie. Ethel says, "The pie's over here on the counter. Be sure and save a piece of pie for Buddy. He really likes his pie." May, "He will be back pretty quick. He had to run down to the feed store to get some food for the chickens and the goose." Leslie, "Don't worry, Grandmother. We'll leave Dad a piece." May, still standing by the pie, fading out, "Buddy really likes his pie. I want to make sure he gets his piece of pie. Pie, pie, pie." The Funeral, a Family Affair, Part 5. Back to the day Ethel DeClerc died. We're now at the funeral home. Buddy is sitting in the funeral home without May, looking across the desk at the funeral director. Buddy is dressed in dark blue sweats. He has laid his felt 10-gallon hat on the desk in front of him. The funeral director has worn black pants and a western-cut white shirt with the white pearl snaps. He's wearing a bolo tie with an agate cut in the shape of New Mexico. His 10-gallon hat is sitting on the table beside him. He is leaning back in his chair, and his feet, in well-worn cowboy boots, are up on the desk. In the background is the sound of an oscillating fan. Funeral director, "Mr. DeClerc, it looks like Ethel's policy is good. It's not a large one, however, it will provide for the preparation of the body and basic funeral services. What did you have in mind for services?" Buddy, "Well, we're going to bury her at Weslaco, Texas. We're going to have her services in Tyler, Texas, because that's where a lot of her family is, and is more or less central to the folks. I know that is a lot of driving. How much do you think that would cost us?" Funeral director, "Well, we can do that. The charges are 75 cents a mile both ways." How many miles do you think that would be?" "Probably nearing 1,000. That would be roughly $750 plus $100 a day for the driver and his motel and meals. Then there's a charge of $50 a day to keep the remains in our cooler until you go. When is the service?" Buddy, "Well, we have a place in Tyler lined up for her birthday party. We could have the reception there. You'd have to find a church there. Maybe we could have the service. Maybe we could use the seminary chapel. It will take a while for the family to get together. I'll have to call some of my friends." Funeral director, trying to get things back on track, "So do you want us to deliver the remains to Tyler?" Buddy, "Oh, no, that's too much money. How long will the body last after it's embalmed?" Funeral director, "What are you thinking?" "Well, Buddy, we have to drive back there anyway. I have a minivan and the casket should fit in the back just fine. We'll just take her back ourselves." Funeral director, "Will your van hold a casket?" Buddy, "Let me use your phone. I will call May and ask her to measure the van with its back seats down." The funeral director makes a face as he swivels around to get the phone, and he hands it to Buddy. Funeral director, "Sure." Buddy dials the phone Leans back in the chair a little bit. May, dear, before you come back to get me, I need you to do something for me. Run out to the toolbox and get my tape measure and see how long it is from the back of the front seat to the rear door. What? Well, I was thinking about taking Mommy dear back home to Tyler ourselves. Well, it will save us some money. Well, yes. She will have to stay in the garage until we go. Well, if we have to get groceries, we can just pack them around the casket. Well, she will be embalmed. May, after they're embalmed, they're not going to go anywhere. Sound begins fading out. Doesn't sound creepy to me, and will save a bundle of money. Fade out. Scene 6. Interior of the van on a freeway. The camera is floating over the freeway, looking towards the windshield of the brown minivan. Sound of tires thumping on the expansion strips in the highway. Sound of the engine cruising. The camera zooms into Buddy and May in conversation. The cast can be seen between them in the back of the van. Buddy, I'm sure going to miss Mama. Not sure what I'm going to do without her. She knew how to make my breakfast just right. She knew how I liked the toast, and her oatmeal was perfect every time. May, I know, babe. She lived a long time, and she did make good oatmeal. I know she was hoping for 105. I just guess I'll have to get better at oatmeal. At least she kept her mind about her all the way. Where are we going to stay tonight? Buddy, there's a town about 20 miles ahead. I don't know about you, but I'm tired. It's been a long day. May, it sure has. I'm beat. Buddy, let's find some place where they have breakfast. Maybe they'll have oatmeal, even if it is instant. Buddy, yeah, oatmeal sticks to your ribs. Don't get hungry soon if I have oats for breakfast. May, well, maybe you won't have to get oatmeal tomorrow. You might have to get something else. Buddy, They both lapse into silence. The sound of the thump of the tires on the expansion strips in the road continue. Fade out.